We're at war, gentlemen. This is a war unlike anything that's been experienced in a long time. It's a sociocultural war. Now, no need for violence, no need to return to monkey. We are in a post-enlightenment era, and it's important to remain higher than our basest selves, despite all efforts by mainstream thought to relegate us only to our basest selves. Listen, you have no real heroes. You have no myths, legends, or folklore to inspire you to your immaterial self. It's never been more difficult to find beings in the masculine orders, men worth emulating, beings who don't just reflect conquering the material sphere, but stand as exemplars of a way of being, heroes of spirit. But if you look hard enough, even within yourself, you will find it. You're here because your legacy has won so far. So find the bond that tethers you, and you'll find what you need. Simultaneously, it's important not to lose sight of our basest instinct, or not to lose sight of material pursuit, because being able to be ferocious when called for is essential. Being able to command power through material is also necessary. It serves as a display of confidence and competence, especially in this Kali Yuga. Fact is, everything that can be considered high and good, transcendent and immortal, is under siege. I would argue that we are living in a metaphysical hell, but this is a rabbit hole in and of itself. However, that does not mean what is transcendent ceases to exist, simply because we've forgotten where to look for it. In a sense, we are in a highest test of faith. I mean this in the most irreligious sense. I mean this purely in the sense of the human experience. Fact is, unless you manifest the highest potential of thyself, you will remain unfulfilled. It's a hard battle, and we're starting at different levels, some much lower than others. No doubt, I'm aware of that. However, that's an opportunity to shine even greater than the ones who have a more simple path. I have an autistic friend, and it's severe enough where he requires assistance with learning, although still high functioning. And this is what I told him. While his disability makes it harder to do things an average person takes for granted, he's also been granted an opportunity to be stronger than the average person. As it stands, we're living in an era where only those men who are able to arrive at their highest forms will succeed. The average no longer suffices. It's a time of radical extremes. You can either view this as the ultimate affront, and perhaps that's valid, or you can view this as an opportunity to really prosper. As much as the consequences have been amplified and are more striking than ever before for being a failure, the rewards have also been amplified, and the result is exponential gain for those that can break the barrier. Furthermore, for those who start on more challenging grounds, the rewards are even more impressive if you can communicate your journey. People are more willing to listen to those with such challenges and recognize their efforts more than ever before. Only the highest will survive. In some sense, it's a great culling. In another sense, it's simply that the weak men who created hard times will not survive, while the strong will become stars in the darkest of nights. Learn to analyze yourself consciously. Not everyone is born a Chad or Tyrone, but everyone is born with some qualities that can be polished and optimized. Identify these qualities about you. Focus on how to highlight them in a spotlight, and do what's necessary to become exemplary. Move to another place, take risks, and face the anxiety that plagues you, because the only thing that ameliorates anxiety is courage that's built through repeated, conscious exposure. Act calculatedly and build your fortitude. The odds are definitely stacked against you, but those that can beat it are real heroes. We all already know this innately. This is not new knowledge. It's a tale as old as time. We're surrounded by old stories of heroes, and while the power in them is fading, the truth of them is eternal. What else are these stories except an archetype that thrives in the face of seemingly insurmountable circumstances? We are at war, gentlemen. A sociocultural and psychological war. A psychosocial war. And it is only in circumstances like this that heroes are forged. Heroes are not born, they are made. Killison Pink. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow. Also, comments. I do love a living thought process. Killison Pink, baby. We out.
It's not that serious, bro.